think I'm most proud of Dad because of the example that he gives. I think it's one that can be modeled after, and I think it's something that really exemplifies who Christ is and how we're supposed to act. And that's what I'm most proud of Dad. With Mom, I'm most proud of her loyalty, her dedication to God's calling, whether that be at CCA or DCC or the larger picture of education. I think it's amazing that she, through adversity, continues to stick to the calling that God's given her. And so for Mom, it's bound to be loyalty, maybe even sometimes to a fault. One of my most favorite memories of Mom is the times that we had to finish school projects. I can remember one time it was so late, Mom was still right there at the dining room table with me finishing. But I also remember the time when she asked me when it was due and if it was due the night before, and I said yes, and she said, well, you're just out of luck. And so I ended up getting a 0. I think that was hopefully one of the last times that I had ever asked her to help me on a project that was due the next day. I think another time that was really kind of funny was the first time that I ever saw Mom get so upset that she ended up cussing. It was so funny just because everyone paused and stopped and just was like, did she really just say that? But I think those are some of the fondest memories that I have of Mom. One of my fondest memories of Dad is when we were arguing back or forth or something, and we got into it, and I have always been a big kid, and so I remember when Dad came in one time and his anger kind of got the best of him. And he picked me up, and he was just so frustrated. And I remember that I lost my balance when he had picked me up, and I kind of headbutted him, just square in the head. And he dropped me, and he put me back down, and his glasses were all bent out of shape, and his nose, but it was just so abrupt. And I remember Dad walking out of the room. But I think the reason that's my fondest memory is because he didn't stay out of the room. Eventually, once we both cooled off, he came back in and we talked through kind of what had happened and why. And I think that's one of the first times that he apologized to me for doing something that he wasn't proud of. And it was there that it was even more so that Dad is a man after God's own heart. He was able to see the fault, and yet he still apologized. I think that spoke volumes to me more as to what it is to be a man, what it is to one day hopefully be a parent. I think one of the most favorite family trips that we did was the one year, or the one summer really, that we traveled, I think some 6,000 miles around the U.S., going all the way up to Canada and over, and then back down California and Highway 1, and then over through Las Vegas and things like that. And that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of miles in an itty-bitty little Astro van, and it was just crazy. I mean, we had some gnashing of teeth, but we also had a lot of fun at the Old Faithful. We got to hang out at the Olympic Center up in Canada. And I think between that and Russia, Russia was another trip that really kind of took hold with me and really gave me a love for other cultures and other people. So also that one was a very fun trip. And being 9 years old, who goes to another country at 9 years old? So that was a lot of fun for me. Funny thing is, you could ask me these questions tomorrow and they'd probably be different ones. It's just, oh, too many memories. Mom, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for all the difficult things that you've gotten me through. I want to thank you for being the example of what a Christian woman looks like, of what a Christian wife looks like. I want to thank you for the breath that I breathe and the fact of not giving up, the desire to have kids, and just the fact that I want to thank you for your love. That no matter what, you love me. And that I don't know what life would be like without you, without your persistence, without your loyalty, without your example, and without your heart. Your heart for your family, your heart for other people. Thanks. Know that I love you. Dad, I want to thank you for being an example of what it is to live for Christ. Being an example to first love God and have everything else fall into place behind that. I want to thank you for the simple looks that teach me so much. Dad, I want to thank you for the opportunities that you've given me and this family to be able to serve God side by side, to be able to do things that I would never think imaginable, and really for you and Mom shaping me to be the man that I am. Dad, I also want to thank you for the example of what it is to be a father. One that is loving and kind, yet also compassionate in a way that can still be firm and hold true to the morals that we choose to live by, and the faith that we've accepted as truth. Dad, I thank you for the challenge of life, and I thank you for just the simple words of encouragement and the words that continue to build me up even today. Dad, I'm not a father just yet, but thanks for being an example of what an excellent father is, one that loves Christ.